People who have worked with me over the last few years really understand and they have seen my journey with setting executive boundaries. And so it's really cool that I got a question this week which said, "Can you make it plain? Can you let us know how can we set boundaries as new leaders and really respect not only ourselves but our families?" So this is kind of cool question to ask. When I think about boundaries in particular, which are these invisible lines that we set for protection, it's important for new leaders to understand that we have to protect our energy, we have to protect our mind, our bodies, our souls, and our spirits. Setting boundaries allows us to become who we've always wanted to be able to stay the long course, and to be able to heal ourselves and to just be okay in spaces when we do get to this place. So I'm just going to give you guys really quickly three particular things that I did last year, mindset shifts that made a difference and helped me not only as a leader, but as a human being to be okay, to set some boundaries. The first is to be a ninja with your time. And anybody who's worked with me over the last year understand that my calendar is not to be played with. I am somebody who will take a 30-minute meeting and reduce it to a 20-minute meeting. I went through a portion of last year where I said to my assistant, we need to cut all meetings in half. Anything that's an hour, make it 30 minutes. Anything that's 30 minutes, make it a 15-minute check in. And what this did was, it was also a way to help my team to realize that we need to get straight to the point in these meetings. We have too many meetings going on. We know that post COVID, these meetings get stacked on our calendars. And so it's important that we just don't waste time. And I want to connect and I want to be able to talk through things, but I also need to be really careful about my time. I am very intentional about what I'm talking about, who I'm talking to, and why I'm talking to them. We need to get straight to the point. We need to make sure if meetings are going on too long that we're starting to shut them down, we're cutting them down, we're making sure that we're not wasting our time. That is a immediate way that you can set boundaries. And what you'll find by cutting your meetings in half is that you'll get half your time back. It's really dope. I found myself being able to actually go and make some coffee or go to the bathroom in between meetings. But the other thing is that I had more energy. So when I got home, I was able to spend more time with loved ones and do some of the things that I want to do, like write in my journal or catch up on a chapter of a book that I've been trying to read. And we need to allow ourselves to have that time back. Cut your meetings in half. The next important point was understanding that I'm not Superman. And I have literally said that to my team where it's like, I hear you. I can't fix this for you today. And I'm not even sure that that's really my role as a leader, is to be a fixer. Now, some people will be the Olivia Pope. As a leader, you do have to stand in and fix some things and bring out the super glue, but not every day. And a lot of times, new leaders will feel this uber responsibility to solve everyone's problems. That's going to drain your energy and it's going to drain your time. You find yourself doing other people's work for them instead of encouraging them, guiding them, asking them questions to make sure that they can reach the solutions that they need to reach themselves. And so this is a really important part of becoming a new leader and setting a boundary, is to be okay with saying, I can't fix this for you right now. I can give you some guiding questions for you to reflect on, and come to me when you have a new strategy or when you have a new idea or a new approach. But I'm not the great hope. I'm not the person that's going to just magically make something appear, because that then becomes my job. And my job really is to lead you and not to do your work for you. And the final one is to pre schedule time with your loved ones. This was something that was really hard for me, I'd say a few years ago, when I found that my incredible friends group, my family, people that I love, my associates, they all have things going on, birthday parties, there's weddings. We were watching the versus battles together and all of these different opportunities to hang out. And I started to feel really overwhelmed because I knew I had already all of the stuff to do at work and my mind was sort of everywhere. And I felt like I needed more time. And so what I found is that I intentionally pre-schedule time with my friends and family. It allowed me to know that I'm continuing to maintain my connections, but that I'm very intentional about how that's done. For some of my friends, I knew there was a day and a time of week that we would catch up. I would be pre scheduling birthdays and events that I knew I wanted to be at, like weddings and baby showers. And I made it a point to not go all the time or to just be because everybody else was everywhere. But I made it really intentional. I knew that it was coming up within the next 2 weeks. So I was able to not only mentally prepare, but to actually be prepared and to do what it took to show up 100% for the people that I love in the way that I can. Now, the reality is that back in the day, when I didn't have this big leadership job, I was able to do more. I was able to just kind of pop around and float around and be places. But that's not today. Today is very much structured. Today is very much about I need to build in time to protect my peace, to build in some time to battle the apathy and mental wearing down from the week. And so I love all of my friends and family, and I want to see y'all. I want to be there with y'all. But I'm also going to be very specific about when, where, how, and why I come. And that way, when I do come, I'm showing up as the very best James B. Golden. And so that's it. Saying boundaries isn't just about saying no. I know you guys have heard that from me, but it's also about saying yes. Saying yes to new customs, to new traditions, to new ways of doing things, being okay with scheduling your time really well, being okay with people understanding that you're not their fixer, that you will help them, you will guide them along the process, but you're not going to do their jobs for them. And also being there for your family and friends, but doing it a little bit more intentionally and setting time aside so that you can have playtime, you can go to the games, you can do the things that you like to do or have the phone calls that you want to have. That's it. I hope that this was helpful for you. Check in next week for Ask Dr. Golden. Thank you so much for this question. I'm looking forward to a year of progress, a year of growth. Blessings to you. Be healed.